just fear for IMWILD, a little bit of that lack of energy. Remember, I said he was tired earlier. He showed the momentum that he had, but the wind got knocked out of his sails.
Just like that, we have the kickoff. Farrell's IMWILD kicking off to Young Kiv in this featured game. Young Kiv will take the ball at the 28-yard line to start his drive. Give me your keys to this game.
Yeah, so the keys to the game here are to stop the run early. He's got to utilize his playmakers if you're Young Kiv. You've got to take that away. And then we talked about emotions on both sides of the ball. Wild's got to get up for the game with his emotions. Kiv's got to keep those emotions in check and not get too fired up. But he's doing a nice job to start it with a first down.
Yeah, Kiv and Joke, obviously very energetic guys on the sticks. I've seen you and Farrell's act the same way. It's a little bit different, a little bit contrast in this game, as Wild is a little more in control of his emotions sitting in the chair. But Kiv will run for a first down there, down at the 44-yard line with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's a dimension that Aaron Rodgers brings to his game. He brings that ability to scramble, step up into the pocket. We saw Boogs have the most success when he stepped up. Right there, he steps all the way up with Rodgers and gains 10 yards before doing the safe thing and sliding. So smart stuff from Kiv right now. He knows he needs to be.
Rodgers, play action, hits Hill. Hill with the first down, brought down at the 30. He decides to not take the hit.
He goes to that hurry-up offense. He's going to audible out to that empty set, but still has those players in that allow him to pick up the pressure. This is the popular formation right now, and Kiv's looking to do work with it.
Fitzgerald in motion. Throws to Randy Moss. Randy Moss decides to run it out of bounds. And Young Kiv moving the ball well so far on his first drive.
Yeah, and I expected this out of Kiv. When I sat with Kiv last night, we were chatting. He said that he actually feels the best in his group against IMWILD. He thinks that Boogs and Joke will be his toughest games, but if there's anyone he felt like he had a chance to get his W against, it's going to be Wild. This could give him the momentum he needs moving forward.
Tell you this much, there's not going to be an easy win in this group. We've already seen it. Close games in both of the last ones. I know Young Kiv and IMWILD, obviously you have to get a win in the second game when you start your group stage 0-1. But how do you get that out of your head? How do you take it one game at a time?
You don't have any other choice. I mean, there's nothing else you can do. You've got to look ahead. Otherwise, you know, your trip to Orlando's not going to end with a smile, right? You're here, you're trying to enjoy it, but you've got to focus on the task at hand. There's no way you can get that game back. You can't get that onside kickback. Like, you're going to dream about that game all night long. There's no coming back from that. There's no, you just have to move forward. 12 stages of grief as soon as possible. Get them all out of the way.
Get it out of the way. I think one thing that will get that loss out of Kiv's head a little bit might be a touchdown right here. On 2nd and 10, he hits Larry Fitz, who's tackled at the 12-yard line, so 3rd and 4 now.
Yeah, he's got to jump on Wild early while he's down. You know, you're 5 for 6 on your opener. You got to get 7 on the board. You got the ball. Get him down in a hole early, see if he'll just give up.
Another pass completed to Larry Fitzgerald, who was pushed out of bounds at the 5, enough for another first down, so we've got a 1st and goal.
Tacking laterally, Larry Fitzgerald, Gibbs mentioned him in the pregame. 89 speed, but great possession and great run blocking. A nice little addition to the fist.
And off to Tyler Eifert, who was dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's a tight end, right? But he actually acts as a baby Gronk for Young Kiv. That's what he said when I was asking, hey, who's a secret guy you'd like to use in your lineup? He said Eifert, that's where I go.
And a big play there, the aggressive catch to Randy Moss, who comes down with it in the corner of the end zone. So Young Kiv will take the early lead in this one.
And we've already seen one time at the Madden Classic, Kiv against Boogs with a shot to go to get out of group stage. Who knows, AJ? That could happen again. We're still a long way from that, but right there with Kiv going up 7-0, he's got to feel good.
And it was almost not 7-0 as IMWILD almost got a hand on that extra point. But Kiv will take the 7-0 lead. He kicks it through the back of the end zone, so IMWILD starts his first drive of this second game in Group B action from the 25-yard line. Derek Carr, his quarterback. Got Odell Beckham, Randy Moss, and that campus hero A.J. Green lined up at wide receiver. Farles.
Yeah, one thing to really keep an eye on for Kiv on his defense, right? He utilizes the Mark Barron Gold. He says, yeah, there's newer Mark Barrons, but this one just flat out gets it done for me, and I only have to spend a limited amount of cap, just 17 cap for the Mark Barron. You're in need of a nice cover linebacker. Don't sleep on that version of the Mark Barron.
Meanwhile, that Football Outsiders edition of Jordan Howard takes the handoff there, brought down at the line of scrimmage. So now 3rd and 10 here for IMWILD. Hasn't gained a yard yet. Derek Carr looking for bench, and that was for Beckham, and it is intercepted by young Kiv. Not the best way to start your first drive.
You know who picked that one? The player that Kiv last night called the best defender in the entire game. That's tall praise for Paul Krause, the legend in Ultimate Team. He plays strong safety. He has the best cover skills in the game. Not the hardest hitter, but Kiv himself, who plays a lot, said that he is the best flat-out defender in the game.
The young Kiv takes his second chance on offense. Picks up a nice gain on that run for another first down. He's now at the 42-yard line after the interception. Play action. Rodgers has pressure on the backside. That is Khalil Mack.
Yeah, he had a touchdown on the deep right-hand side of the field, but Khalil Mack and Wild had other plans. Just in time saved the day. Fortunately not down. Kiv trying to take advantage of that early play for Wild. Trying to jump on him.
Rodgers back. Randy Moss with the reception. He comes back and turns back upfield, Farles.
A mistake
at the
right
35.
there. A mistake right there from Wild. He's trying to get back in this one. He tried to use the strip button right there, which is RB on Xbox.
Rodgers back. Looking over the middle, he has Fitzgerald, who is brought down at the 8-yard line. And with that, let's check into our other game. Talk to me, Tyler Coe.
All right, thanks, AJ. Appreciate it. First quarter action, Boogs versus Joke. Joke is going to QB sneak it with Aaron Rodgers to go up 7-0 on Boogs. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Tyler, with the Madden game break. And just like that, young Kiv runs in another one, that one Tyler Eifert, for a touchdown. So he is going to take a 2-possession lead.
That is a tough look from IMWILD. You remember that raw emotion in the second quarter. He was up. He was out of his chair. He was screaming, yelling, excited, happy. And now he faces a 14-0 hole. But he's been down before, but he's just got to wake up, get it going. He let up 5 plays and 56 yards right there. A quick work from young Kiv. His offense is looking primo right now.
It looks almost unstoppable. Beckham waving for the fair catch, but it goes through the uprights. So IMWILD will start again at the 25-yard line. 22 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Young Kiv, tough loss there to Joke in his first game, but he comes out here determined, now with a 14-0 lead. Derek Carr breaks the huddle.
Yeah, he's facing this empty set, and he runs it himself, so he has to feel good and feel like he can stop it, and he does right there with the interception. Big-time play from Kiv.
That is a tough break there for IMWILD. He threw it. He thought he might have a chance at that aggressive catch, and he does not hang on to the football. It's tipped up, and that's the risk of throwing into double coverage like that. Young Kiv coming away with the interception again, so he takes over now at the 41.
Just looked a little bit impatient. He's tried to go downfield 2 times, and Kiv, too experienced, even at a young age, for that.
Big hit in the backfield there by IMWILD's defense, stopping young Kiv in his tracks. Loss of 4.
Yeah, the players, what I've heard is that Ricky Williams is almost guaranteed not to fumble. The David Johnson, perhaps a little more explosive, a little newer, but Kiv tried him, liked him, but said, I can't have my backs fumble. And Ricky Williams right there just hung on to a big hit stick. That's critical.
A huge play here for young Kiv. 2nd and 14. Looking over the middle, he playmakers Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks comes down with it, and then he is tackled at the 32. Nice play by young Kiv.
Yeah, we mentioned playmaker, how that works earlier, but you'll notice the difference with that Brandon Cooks. He cut directly upfield because he has the playmaker ability chemistry. Instead of running at an angle, he takes direct response, goes upfield, first down.
I'm going to get you to explain that to me here after this possession. And a drop pass there on first down, but they don't all come with that ability to just send a different direction on a dime.
No, it's another great thing about Madden Ultimate Team, AJ, are those ability chemistries. Playmaker is a great one.
Rodgers looking deep. He finds Randy Moss in the end zone. Young Kiv is going to take a 3-touchdown lead in this game now.
And this is getting into blowout territory. Young Kiv looking sharp. He's just got to withhold maybe one more burst of energy from IMWILD, but 4 plays, 59 yards, just a little bit of time off the clock. Kiv is in prime position right now to go to 1-1 in Group B. Feeling good.
Deion Sanders going to take this one from the 2-yard line. Sanders brought down at the 30. So IMWILD starts his drive at the 30-yard line, down 21-0 here in the first half. However, you know what? We saw a big comeback from Boogs in the last game, so nothing is impossible.
Totally not, but when you're getting outgained right now by it's 187 yards to 1 yard, that's a 186-yard difference. You've got to just get anything going, and you almost turn the ball over right there. But 1 for 3. You've thrown 2 picks. You've gone downfield too much. Maybe just reel it in if you're wild. You can't score 21 points on this drive. It's impossible. I've tried it. You've got to only be able to score 7 at a time and slowly work your way back in this one. Remember, every point matters. Every point matters.
The handoff there on first down. Like you said, every point matters, and IMWILD just needs something right now. Derek Carr completes it to Beckham Jr. Beckham out of bounds at the 41, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. And like you said, even if IMWILD loses this game, you want to keep it close. You never know what can happen. You don't want to give up a ton of points on the score differential, so I agree with you. You just got to get them one at a time.
Move it on down the road, baby.
Someone figures out how to score 21 in one drive, though. Let me know. I could use that.
I've tried rock and jock rules, but they're not willing to put it in. Dan Cortez.
Jordan Howard breaks the tackle with the tackle battle there, but he's brought down by the second defender.
Uh-oh.
Derek Carr almost throws an interception.
I think he got
looking
a little
for Green.
bit lucky right there that was not a higher rated option for Kiv, because I think it was Ballentine. If that had been somebody else, you may have ended this one early.
Got A.J. Green in the slot. Derek Carr, plenty of time. Nobody open. Finally, he is brought down.
That's frustrating. He tried to throw the ball away, I believe. He could not get rid of it. Now he faces a long 4th down. He might have just sacked himself out of field goal range. And see if he can hit it.
Got a long attempt here.
Needs every inch, and he gets it with Gano. So IMWILD does put some points on the board. He's going to settle for 3 right there. That's smart. Gets it going. Just needs to stall Kiv's next drive out right now, but he's been having trouble doing that. Between the Brandon Cooks, the Tyreek Hill, the speed right there, the strength of the Fitzgerald, the spectacular catch of the Moss. Kiv's offense just too much. He also went with the tank at halfback rather than a guy like Darius Jackson. He's got Tobin Opurum. That's a bronze, 7 salary cap. That's basically free. Great work for him. He brings him in if he's not going to go with the Ricky Williams.
Randy Moss with the grab down at the 32-yard line. Here's the problem with kicking that field goal. Now he gives the ball back to Young Kiv with plenty of time to work here in the first half. Up 21-3. IMWILD needs a stop. He needs one of those interceptions like he got against Boogs. Not going to have it on that play.
So
as Williams up the middle for the first down.
Yeah, you're going to see that Ricky Williams, that heavy don'ts, and if he gets tired, you got that Opurum. So if you're Kiv, you've got that 2 backs. You can mix those guys up, bring each of them in, keep it fresh as you pound the ball out right here to get to half.
So Young Kiv in the shotgun again. It looks like he is going to chew up some of this clock and get into the 2-minute warning. With that, let's check in on Tyler with a Madden game break.
Thanks, AJ. Second quarter action. Boogs, Rodgers to Jerry Rice for the 9-yard touchdown. We are all tied up at 7, folks, under the 2-minute warning. Guys, back to you.
So our Group B winners so far tied up in that other game. Right now, IMWILD needs to do his best to try to get close to tying this one up. Young Kiv on the drive right now, though, with plenty of time.
13 for 15 passing right now. This empty's been working for him. Everything so far been working for young Kiv. And the
Aaron Rodgers finds Fitzgerald, who breaks 2 tackles, not 1 but 2, brought down finally at the 15-yard line. That was scary.
Yeah, he's a special player. True Boy will be utilizing the Larry Fitz in his lineup tomorrow as well. That is a guy, a playoff legend you're going to see. He made the Pro Bowl, won't be attending, but he is somebody in this game that you have to look out for when you see him. That strength right there, just breaking through tackles.
Kiv in the pistol, hands it off to Ricky Williams, brought down at the 13. So he will be content here to continue to chew clock. At what point does IMWILD start burning his own?
Right after this play.
So Rodgers hands it off to Williams again. Williams cannot break that tackle. And just like that, you are correct. IMWILD uses his first timeout. So 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Young Kiv 2 yards shy of that first down marker. So he will have a chance at a second set of downs. Throws it into the back of the end zone looking for Randy Moss, who cannot come down with it. So 4th and 2 now. Let's see what young Kiv does with this play.
Yeah.
He does kick the field goal.
3 points is smart. And Kiv, you know, this might be a situation if the game was a little closer, if Wild was chirping a little bit more over there, that he might say, you know what, I'm going to get those 2 yards. But he learned a lot from his last event. He's coming back. He's a lot of setbacks. Teach them more and more about the game. Right there, easy choice to go up 3 scores. Lock Wild down here with 40 seconds to go. He does get ball at half, so those 3 scores are crucial. Smart play from Kiv, not on tilt, just calm, relaxed, easy. And Wild's really not feeding that emotional part of his game. Joke, though, still animated over there, so I can't wait to see how that one's playing out, because every one of these games is going to be extremely close and tight right now in this group.
So IMWILD takes over from the 27, 36 seconds remaining. Derek Carr has pressure on the right side, completes it to Randy Moss over on the left side of the field, and he will use one of his timeouts there. So 1 remaining and 31 seconds. What do you do here?
Yeah, and so that wasn't ideal, but it was better than a sack, AJ. And right here, you've got to get a big chunk. Maybe one of those C routes to the deep sideline. Maybe even go deep downfield. Just take one chance.
Looking for the shot.
Moss.
He has Randy Moss into the end zone. He beats Deion Sanders, and IMWILD
Catch the ball running like Randy Moss.
Puts it at least a little closer.
He's going to get ball. He is down. That was a big-time field goal from Kiv. Now it's just 14-point game for Wild. But after all that, 14 seconds, he answers. He goes 73 yards, and Moss up over the top of the defense. Everybody one clap.
Gano kicks this one through the end zone again. Young Kiv will start at the 25. 24 seconds to work with, all his timeouts. Do you even risk it trying to score more here in the first half?
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like this and you have 3 timeouts, if you get a field goal, AJ, that's back up to 3 possessions, that's amazing. This is Madden, all right? This is Madden. We don't take knees. We rarely punt. I don't have an offense like this, and I would still do it, so this is the way to go.
I agree with you most of the time, but let's not forget that IMWILD did have 2 pick sixes in his last game. So keep that in mind, of course, but
3, bro. 3.
3 pick sixes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, you're right. No, yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. If you're Kiv, you've had a great half. You've controlled it. So yeah, you don't want to do anything foolish, but if you could tack on 3, it would be devastating for IMWILD's chances.
The young Kiv back in the shotgun, tight set, man in motion. That's Brandon Cooks.
Watch out for that left sideline. He gets time, doesn't get time.
No time. That IMWILD defense is just putting the pressure on young Kiv. So 3rd and 13 here. And he will go into kneel the ball.
Yeah, he thought a little bit.
IMWILD doesn't have any more timeouts.
Thought a little bit more about it. And just decided, you know, he didn't have what it took right there to pick up the pressure from IMWILD. Good job by him of keeping the pressure on and sending it. A lot of guys that are newer to the game might drop everybody back in coverage right there. So for him to sit and really say, you know what, I'm going to send it, I'm going to gas him up, I'm going to force him to get the ball out, that worked for him.
So an incredible first half there. IMWILD making it a little bit closer there in the waning seconds of the second quarter. but young Kiv still dominating this football game so far.
Yeah, and it's just been too much offense. I mean, we did see Boogs move the ball, right, against Wild, but what happened was those big momentum-changing plays and interceptions for Wild. Kiv has avoided those at all costs and just been a little bit crisper than Wild. And then, of course, he's got to get this ball back in the second half and just get a little bit more points on the board. See if he can turn that momentum and put a little bit more pressure on Kiv. We know we got to see how he would react to that. We haven't really seen him under that hot pressure cooker lights yet. This will be the first shot.
Yeah, you make a great point. IMWILD, as we said, had 3 pick sixes in his last game. This game he doesn't have one. What does he got to do on defense? Is it the pressure that's just not getting to Kiv enough, forcing him to make bad throws? He needs some bounces to go his way. What does he have to do to get back in it?
The poor guy could use a bounce. I mean, when you had a bounce like the onside kick go against you, you could use maybe a fumble in your favor or something like that. But Kiv was smart with his lineup choices and that Ricky Williams to protect against that. So Kiv is very on point right now. If you're Wild, you have to use that pressure on defense to force Kiv to get the ball out quick and just make one mistake. Kiv threw 1 ball in coverage at the end of the half right there, but of course, it was a one-on-one play and he just couldn't come down with it. So he's got, just find a way to ratchet up that pressure and see if he can get him back in the box.
Stories continue to develop here in the first half. Darrelle, let's talk to her for the halftime show.
Hey guys, I'm here with IMWILD. Coming off of a tough loss, then trailing in this game, I have to ask you, we've been watching your body language. Where is your mentality right now?
I'm a little better now. I was just still kind of shook from that last game or whatever, but I'm trying to fight it or whatever,
You got the touchdown up top. You can build on the momentum of that. What else do you need to do to bring the fire on both sides of the ball in the second half and really get back in this?
Shit, just fight. That's all I could do right now. Just got to go fight.
Got to go fight. Short and sweet. Back to Tyler and the guys.
All right, thanks, Dre. Appreciate that. Right there, folks, we pretty much figured that coming into this game, that was such a huge letdown. It was going to be either way for Boogs or Wild, whoever lost that game. But to lose it the way he did, you knew that it was going to be tough to get into this game, especially young Kiv. He just came off a tough loss, and that's somebody that really will come back at you and really play his A game. That's what he's doing here in this first half.
Wild, definitely. He said his head was still in that last game. Young Kiv is too good of a player for you to not be focused on the task at hand. I tip my hat to young Kiv. He's playing a heck of a game. If he continues this, he might get out of that bracket.
Yeah, and we're going to get to more on that game, but first let's tell you what was happening on the other side of things. Gibbs, why don't you take us through this game? Boogs and Joe.
We got a good one between 2 big-time competitors right here. You can see Aaron Rodgers in for the QB sneak, makes it 7-0 in this one. Now come back, Boogs finds Jerry Rice for the touchdown, but a big-time hit stick, and he looks like he might be going all the way right here, but you got right here, big-time play coming back from Joke to chase down the ball carrier, and we got a tight one, 7-7 in that one heading into the halftime, so big-time game right now between Joke and Boogs.
And the one play that we didn't show right there, Boogs gets that big turnover. He would then turn it over himself going into the red zone, so that's why the score is what it is. Very tight battle right there. You two were very passionate about who was going to be taking this game. You obviously, you don't think Boogs should have been here in the first place. You got Joke all day long. RG, you got Boogs. What do you guys make of this first one?
As I was pointing out to RG through that first half, every single pass that Boogs completed, Joke was right there. He kept shaking his head. He's going to make those plays eventually. That's a tough way for Boogs to make a living.
Boogs was like 10 for 11, 10 for 12 passing, by the way.
And guess what? He will not do that again in another half.
RG just likes stats, facts right there.
94%. It was 93, 94. About to be 95% after he's done laying hands.
All right, guys. We got a great game right there. Boogs and Joke, of course, won their first games. Young Kiv dominating Wild right now. Let's get to know this kid a little bit more. He is part of the youth.
My name's Shay Kivlin. I'm also young Kiv. I'm 19 years old, and I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I'm here to win the Madden Bowl. I want to be portrayed as like a normal kid that just plays video games and really into sports. So I started playing Madden, I think around Madden 07, and I just played with my friends. And a lot of my friends know that I'm good at Madden now, I'm really good at Madden. What makes me a great player is, I think, is my passing game. as well as getting timely stops on defense.
Young Kiv could cause havoc with his user ability that you see.
The way I play Madden is more of like a Bill Belichick, Tom Brady type of style. I really prepare well. I'm gonna know exactly what you're gonna do, really. I think I belong at the Madden Bowl just because I had one of the best records online. I've also made it to the last 2 tournaments.
Young Kiv will kick off to D. Jones here as we kick off Group D action here in the round of 16.
At the Madden Classic, just being there was really cool, but going 1 and 2, it's very disappointing to me, losing to D. Jones. We've had a lot of prior stuff online, and I played pretty bad, and I was just frustrated at that. I was also frustrated at him taunting, him taking a field goal at the end, and then just the game not going my way, just really irritated me. So at the end, everything really got to me, my emotions took over me, and then I just didn't shake his hand really. It was a very disappointing trip, but I thought I learned from it, and I feel ready for this tournament. My goal here is to win, with first place winning $75K and going to Houston for the Super Bowl. It's a huge opportunity, and $75K really is life-changing money. I've been to 2 of these now, and I've fallen short, and now here, winning this one would really mean a lot.
Young Kiv definitely making a name for himself, even though he's, 19 years old? It's pretty unbelievable. RG, what do you think about
I didn't know Young Kiv was a Brady fan or modeled his game after Tom Brady. That changes everything. I like this kid going forward.
The only thing him and Tom Brady have in common is their hairstylist.
Well, he was really precise in this first half against IMWILD. Gibbs, why don't you take it away on these highlights?
Yeah, Young Kiv certainly has the best lettuce in the game, just like Tom Brady. But take a look at this strike right here. Back of the end zone to Randy Moss for the touchdown. Comes back, Paul Krause down the sideline. Oops, little pick right there for Young Kiv. Looking good in this one early. This time, though, he punches it in for another touchdown. But IMWILD, he'll be coming back for his own possession here. Finds AJ Green down that side, but no, guess what? No interception! We threw you a bone right there, but now, second quarter highlights. This time we got Aaron Rodgers with the Mac Jr. moment of the half. Straight down that sideline. I call that a hottie-toddy-dotty, baby. Right down that right sideline. This time, comes back down. IMWILD throws into double coverage, moving from side to side right there. Randy Moss for the touchdown. Strikes down the sideline all day for both these guys in this game.
Well, Wild does get the ball back in the second half first. That late score was really big, so maybe he can put something together. We've seen him score points quickly today. We're about to find out. But right now, we're actually going to send you to Boogs and Joke. That game is really tight right now, so we want to get you to the action. So AJ Farrells, take it away for the second half.
Thank you, Tyler and the guys. Farrells, I don't know. It seems like Rico is not popular with his picks up there.
I mean, he is Biff Tannen, but without the almanac. The guy can't get anything right. I demanded the fourth quarter of this game be shown to you boys. Boogs is in the Raider uniforms. Joke is wearing those Viking uniforms. But right now, he is facing Boogs in his red zone.
So as we jump into this second game, Boogs on offense here. Rodgers looking for his man. He's got McCaffrey into the end zone, so he will take the lead on that throw.
Didn't even need to go into coverage or use Ed McCaffrey's size. He was just extremely wide open, and Ed McCaffrey looking good. That's an 8-play, 80-yard, 2-minute championship-level drive from Boogs against a good player, Joke, who is now shaking his head.
So Tucker with the kickoff now as Boogs has the 7-point lead. Noble Joke, a.k.a. Joke, will take over at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and we have not seen much of Joke quite yet. He is utilizing Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback. Who else? The 94 overall edition. He has a Cordero Patterson campus hero snuck in there. He's got playmaker and some really nice speed.
Randy Moss almost comes down with that one. We've seen Randy Moss, Patriots uniform. We've seen him in a Vikings uniform now. All possible through Madden Ultimate Team, Farrells.
Yeah, multiple versions. I mean, we've seen Deion Sanders in Cowboy uniforms. We've seen him in other uniforms. And if you're attending Orlando, you might see yourself in a Deion Sanders in a Falcons uniform, because that might be an exclusive item you earn. Make sure to keep your eyes on the EA social for some potential giveaways of a 96 Deion Sanders in a Falcons uniform.
Absolutely. We are out here at the Wide World of Sports on the Disney Complex for the Madden Bowl. Please come out and join us if you've got the time this week. check out some of this live action as Joke completes the pass for a first down. So he's got 4 minutes remaining, plenty of time, but it looks like defense has been the story so far in this one. Other way around in our other game, but Joke's got to move the ball against Buggs, who we know can shut you down on defense when he puts his mind to it.
The pressure comes in right there. He rolls out with Rogers. He's got the wide open throw to Randy Moss. And earlier, Joke had been throwing at guys in coverage, trying to force it, but that time, he picks up the pressure. It leaves an enormous hole down the sideline, and Joke would not miss that one. That's well over 100 yards for Moss right now.
So Rogers hands it off to Williams. Williams breaks the tackle, and he's brought down at the 9. So 2nd and 8 now is what Joke's looking at.
Jimmy Graham, big-time target for Joke in the red zone. He's thrown to him in traffic multiple times. We saw it in the last game. He's a guy I would look for lined up on the right side right now.
Hand off to Williams, and he's brought down again, this time behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. So 3rd and 11 now. Buggs, nice stop here in the red zone so far. Joke can get a first down. He does have space, but it's going to be tight. Guessing he's going right for the end zone here.
Let's see if it's Graham.
No time, or not enough, I should say, as he takes the sack. He thought he might have gotten it out.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to get that out right there with Aaron Rodgers. Couldn't get the release out. That's Olivier Vernon. He is going to take 3 after the sack, makes it 4th and 18. Just pushes him too far back. He still has 3 timeouts, but shutting down Buggs and getting that ball back is going to be super tough. 17-13 though right now.
The Buggs does not try to block that field goal as he holds on to a 4-point lead. He'll take the football here. Said he doesn't like to return kicks. He doesn't return that one, but he returned one for a touchdown in our previous game. That helped him in that comeback against IMWILD. Right now, he's got this small 4-point lead, and I know he knows that can be dwindled or thrown away pretty quickly, especially against a competitor like Joke. Completes the 3-yard pass on first down.
Yeah, and Joke had that receiver manned up right there, but he could not get in there. Joke is on a hot streak right now. He actually just came out of the Compete Forever Challenger event in New York City last week, and he got 2nd place with Drag getting 1st place. It earned Joke a bunch of series points, and he shot up the leaderboard. This guy takes Madden super serious.
Joke, a.k.a. Raydell Brito, the 23-year-old from West New York, New Jersey. The incomplete pass sails over the intended receiver's head for Buggs.
Joke needs one more play right here on 3rd and 7. He's holding on to those timeouts, but he's got to get this stop right now.
Rogers back. Looking over the middle. And that is
hyped. He's going to be hyped.
Caught!
He's going to be hyped, or he's going to just like be so angry. He's asking the ref, like, you caught that? The ref's like, I don't know. What did the game say? Amazing catch from Buggs.
The ref's
what a
on the
smile
field.
by Buggs. Even Joe, he had to take the headphones off just to make sure that was actually a catch. Night Train Lane. You spend all that cap on Night Train Lane. He's the best, one of the best CBs in the entire game. He thought he was getting the ball back. 46 cap value goes to waste. And just another favorable bounce for Buggs. Rico's going to have a field day with that one because that was kind of lucky.
It was a lucky grab. It is Randy Moss. Sometimes you win those as he completes that one to Jerry Rice. He can't believe it again.
He's just pounding
that
his
one
chair.
wasn't
He's
quite
just
as
pounding his chair.
unbelievable.
I mean, it's anger-inducing. If you're Wild, you had to play the next game after what happened. If you're Joe Buggs, not only is he getting the wins, he's like demoralizing the opponents, and Kiv's got to be hyped up about it.
So Aaron Rodgers calling out some hot routes. Jerry Rice in motion, runs past McCaffrey, hands the ball off to Jackson.
Yeah, that's Darius. Don't call him Bo Jackson. He needs to just hang on to the ball. He's already in field goal range. He's got a 4-point lead. He could go up by 7. He can force him to use his timeouts with a minute left. He should be in good position if he can just play some good ball control football.
Jackson is hit in the flats again. I imagine if you're Darius Jackson, you wouldn't mind someone comparing you to Bo Jackson.
And he wears the same armbands. A guy that grinded the ladder, Master Gamer, brought him to my attention and said, hey, you got to give this guy, Jackson, a shot. He can make plays for you. He's a big-time community sleeper.
Dallas Clark with the grab and enough for a first down. 11-yard line. Boogs continues to move the ball with this lead. Joke just takes off his headphones again.
Joke looking like the Joker. He's laughing, but on the inside, he's in pain. He's in deep amounts of pain right now. He's devastated after that one. He just needs some purple makeup.
I mean, you kind of got to get past that a little bit and just play the game. You can't let it get too much in your head. You saw that in the Madden Classic.
That gets in your head, it gets in your heart, it gets in your soul. It's one-on-one, AJ. Boog's receiver just ripped it straight out of his paws. If you're Joke, you sit at 1-1 right now. What did we just see with IMWILD? He let a game go of what happened in a previous game. If you're Joke, you're 1-1. Boogs, you're 2-0. Young Kiv, he could be 1-1. There's going to be a big-time match, and the winner is going to move on. So he's got to get set up and ready for his next game, no matter who his opponent is or what the score of the last game was or whatever the group situation is. Every point matters. Boogs, I fully expect him to take 3 at the end of this one and win this game by 7 points.
He's in the victory formation right now with 25 seconds remaining. Doesn't want to risk a fumble or anything else here. Only up by 4.
And can he risk a field goal here with a potential kick block on the way? I mean, what if he went with a fake? It would just be the most all-time savage move.
I want to see it now.
I want to see it. I want to see how this shakes out. Because really, honestly, every point does indeed matter.
Gonna let it run out.
1 second left. 1 second left. He's gonna take the 3. And because every point does matter, Boogs doing the smart thing. He's gonna maybe try and take the points. If you're Joke, can't give up. You got an active user on that left side of the screen right now. If you block this thing, I'm gonna go flat out berserk.
Boogs attempting the field goal here with 1 second remaining. And Joke cannot get in the backfield fast enough. So that is going to be the final in that one. Boogs wins it 20-13. Joke shaking his head. We're going to see a handshake, though. We're going to see a handshake. Good sportsmanship on both sides. He can't believe he did not hold him on that one grab. I think that was you could see it change his mentality in that game when Randy Moss came down with that grab.
Yeah, and it's a total Madden guy move right here. I've done it myself. What I like to do after, I feel like I had the player, I had the formula, I didn't get the play that I deserved, is I go into replay, and then I watch it over and over, and then I do slow motion, then I turn the camera around, and then I play it again. And while it doesn't change the outcome, it makes me feel about 8% better. And so perhaps that's what he's looking into, seeing if that's the difference or seeing what's going on. But if you're Joke, you got to leave that play in the past and just move on. And if you're Boogs, you've now beat 2 really strong players in your group, Group B. Nobody, some people really didn't think you could get it. Rico's sitting over there talking up a storm, saying how you're not that good or saying how you can't beat this guy or you can't beat that guy or that you're lucky. But a shout out to Boogs for staying tough.
All right, with that, let's throw it to Drea for our post-game interview.
Yes, I'm here with Boogs. Boogs, I have to ask you about that grab. Everybody jumped out of their seat. What did you think about that?
I'll take it. Randy Moss, I guess. I don't know, but it was. I didn't think I was going to catch it for sure. I thought for sure it was a pick. I just started spamming the heck out of Y, just do something. So it happened.
Well, you're on a roll now. You've won 2 in a row. How do you keep this momentum going?
Just got to finish the deal. Just got to win the last game. Came in here with a goal to go 3-0. This doesn't matter how I get it, as long as I get it.
Exactly, as long as you get there, right?
Exactly.
All right, let's send it to AJ and Falls.
Thank you very much, Drea. Boogs, obviously confident after winning in a row here in this group. He was one of my favorites personally to come out of this group stage. He's been very good in previous tournaments. He lost to Spot Me Please in the single elimination round of the Madden Classic. So, no shame in that, but he's 2-0 right now.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty. He's sitting pretty. Moments ago right here, though, in the other game, it's 27-10 right now. IMWILD forces the punt. He grabs the rock, and he is going to take this thing, cut it out, cut it in. Let me begin. I'm going to the crib. Deion Sanders, 27-17 for IMWILD, and now we jump back into that game with 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go. IMWILD has to use his last timeouts here against Kiv. He trails by 10, and remember, AJ, every single point matters in the Classic.
But Ricky Williams with the carry there as we hit the 2-minute warning. Kiv with the 10-point lead, but anything can happen as long as IMWILD can hold him right here. IMWILD out of timeouts, as you mentioned, Farles.
Yeah, this is where you get a little bit crazy. Maybe you run commit. Maybe you just cannot go down. There it is. You force the pressure. It's going to keep the clock moving, fortunately, with the sack, but we'll see if he punts. I don't believe he is in field goal range, as it would be a very close window. And he's kind of maneuvering out here, some players trying to get some guys in the building, but maybe you kick it straight up in the air, waste as much time as possible. He trails by 10. He's already seen Wild give up an onside kick, so what would it take for Wild to get an onside kick? And if Kiv fakes this thing, I'm going nuts.
We could very well see it. Kiv in the punt formation. He does not get the play off, though. As you said, he was making some formation adjustments there, and he ran out of time before he could get the kick meter.
Yeah, Madden guy move right there, back it up, get yourself a little more space, better angle, or perhaps Wild was actually in a safe defense, and so he had to wait. We will never know, but he's going to punt it right here, it looks like, and that's a smart move.
Got the power. So Gutskowski punts it into the end zone. Is Deion Sanders going to return it? He does. Out of the end zone he goes. He's got a little bit of space. Does he have the speed to beat that man? Another one. Shoestring tackle. And young Kiv can't believe it. That's what he wanted to avoid.
I thought Deion Sanders was going again for Wild. Special teams, so important. He even punted it into the end zone. So Wild had to manually bring Sanders back into the end zone, grab it, make a move, and he should have been able to outrun those guys right there. Unfortunate break for Sanders by getting caught. We've seen that today.
I cannot return a punt for a touchdown, and IMWILD has almost done it twice as he throws for Randy Moss in double coverage.
Yeah, those 4 interceptions right now from Derek Carr, the biggest difference in this game right now. But even if he can just close this gap a little bit more, even if he can't pull it off, even if he can't pull the Boogs, he needs these points.
Odell Beckham was in motion as IMWILD throws the pick intended for Randy Moss. He's not going to get that one. Young Kiv smirks a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in the first half, IMWILD went down the sideline one-on-one on Moss. Kiv maybe not quite ready to defend it. Right there, though, he simply clicked on. He waited to hold the ball hawk button, got to the spot where the throw was. Easy interception for Kiv with a player like Shed, who's not one of the most highest rated players in the game, but clearly getting the job done for Kiv as he kneels this thing out and closes it out with a victory.
So young Kiv is going to move to 1-1 in this group. IMWILD will move to 0-2. He almost could have been 1-1 himself after that close one, just really close call with Boogs. Boogs now 2-0 and Joke 1-1. So we got 3 guys at 1-1, Farles.
I was told there would be no math.
Intense third game.
These groups are the tightest I have ever seen. We're here at the Madden Bowl with the 16 best Madden players on the planet. They had to prove themselves that you can't just get invited to this event, AJ. You gotta show your prowess on the leaderboards. You gotta grind, you gotta play, you gotta prove that you're one of the best players. And these guys have done that, and that's why everyone just sits at 1-1 in both of these groups that we've seen so far. The margin for error, the points, the calculations, the plays that are coming in, the lineups, all of these factors matter, and it's why we're seeing such high-level Madden here at Madden Bowl.
Yeah, Farrell, I can't agree with you more. This is just, it's an intense group here in Group B. Not a better way to end this first day of action here at the Madden Bowl. With that, though, we got to hear from Drea. She's got our post-game interview.
Yes, guys, here with young Kiv. Congratulations. How would you assess your performance on both sides of the ball today?
My first game I played, not what I like to play on offense, really. I thought I had him pretty locked, Joke, but I just couldn't get it done on offense. So I lost that game by 5, and then versus Wild, I came out loose. I thought I played pretty well on offense and defense, and then I just locked up the deep ball. That's what I think the difference was that game.
We talked today off camera, and you said you've grown up a lot since the Madden Classic. What's the biggest way that you feel like you've matured?
I feel like after that, the Madden Classic, I've learned to keep my emotions in check a little bit. I still get over emotional sometimes, but if things are going my way and the game's just going my way, really, then I can keep my emotions in check and hopefully come out with the W.
All right, Kiv, thanks so much. Let's send it back to Tyler and the guys.
All right, thanks, Dre. Appreciate that. Very impressive performance from young Kiv. We're going to talk about that game a little bit more, but first I want to get to this one. Bugs and Joke, these were the